Hey, what's going on, fellow currency lovers? Welcome to another video. What are we getting into? We are looking for collectible banknotes. We're going to go through some bills from the last couple of days that I've gotten. And if I can talk right throughout this video, we'll hopefully find something collectible. So I'll show you what to look for. Series 2021 $5 note. If you're new to the channel, before I get into that, then thank you for visiting the video. The best thing about this hobby is the worst case, you look through your money, your coins, your banknotes, whatever, and you find absolutely nothing collectible, and you end up with the same amount of money that you started with. So even if you're not into this, I'm sure you're into making money and turning the money you have into more money. So hit subscribe if you think that's cool, or give the video a watch, and if you found it interesting, then give me a follow. But Series 2021 $5 note. These are great ones because in the early 2000s, they redesigned $5 notes into this one, which is the one I find really awesome. I love the design. But they added some anti-counterfeiting measures, and in doing so, and updating some printing machinery, which I won't bore you with all that, they created a bunch of issues that caused errors. So you can look for shifts in the seals, the serial numbers, the overall print. Of course, not errors, but collectible serial numbers, things of the like, which this one doesn't seem to have. It's in great condition, though, which keep that in mind with any collectible. Same with 2021 Series $1 notes. Now, they didn't redesign these. They haven't since the early 60s. And so, other than using some different ways of printing them, they haven't done anything design-wise. However, you can find really good serial numbers. You can find birthday notes, star notes, little ink issues on 2021 series $1 notes. See, that's what I was saying. And then on the back of the note, around the Great Seal, you can find issues with print. So for those that are already part of the channel, I won't bore you too much and we'll go quicker. 2009, nothing in the serial numbers, some 3s, some 5s, some 9s. But not enough repetition for me. This one's really jacked up too, so condition is going to detract from it if it were collectible. Nothing jumping out on the back. You can't feel it. The old Jetsons cartoon, you could reach through and they could like yell at each other through the TV, and you know, he interfered with the baseball games and stuff. But if you could do that and feel the actual bill, you could tell it was all thinned out from water damage. 2021 series, so a lot of new ones in this one. J for Kansas City. I did not live in Missouri, but I lived in beautiful Leavenworth, Kansas, near the largest military prison, and that was nice. Way back when, though. That was like 25 years ago, so. Back of the bill. Would have been nice to have a fold error. Those are known as gutter, well, they can be a few things. Fold over errors would be usually the corners, which is exactly what it sounds like. The actual sheet got folded over and then printed. And that fold shows up as blank space on the note. Usually those are incredibly rare, so that was more of a joke, but if I were to find one, it'd be worth good money, hundreds of dollars. Yeah, 6s. Nothing else. 5s, some 1s. Again, we got a 9 kind of jumping in there. I would have kept it if it was a trinary note, just with 3 digits, but in this case, not cool enough. Back of the bill. Nothing else jumping out. 2021 series, a ton of them in this one. I usually get quite a bit of older $1 notes and ones that are really beat to, oh, get out. So it's cool to see some better condition notes. A little bit of wet ink transfer. I'll bring it closer to the camera, not to like mess with the bill a bunch. But just for newbies watching, if you've never seen this, looks like a thumbprint, but it's actually just excessive ink from the jacket of Washington in this case, the coat. And then if it seems to be sitting atop, in this case, the blank space and then the N, that can be wet ink transfer, which is just when they prematurely stack them after printing them. They're still wet. The ink is still, has not been dried yet. Hey, super destroyed star note, but I'll take it. I spoke it into existence as far as condition. 2017, so not too old. But absolutely destroyed star note. You can keep an eye out. I've seen quite a few 2017 star notes in a few Facebook groups and posts on other social media where the stars, they get excess of ink. This can happen on other years, and they're filled in. Those can get a little more value to them because they're considered kind of a quasi-error. In this case, just a really nice star note. Well, nice. Not condition-wise, we can tell that from whatever the heck happened to this thing. But it's nice as far as being a replacement note. I love star notes. Basically, something happened to it in production, and they replaced them. They show that with this star on the end of the serial number. And the cool thing about these, or kind of sad thing, I guess, is they'll be depleting out of circulation as the new technology has no need for them. So the new technology can bundle together straps of notes that don't need to be in order or sequential. So if there's an issue, they just kick that note out, they log the number as a fouled note or error, and then they just replace it, I guess, with the next one in sequence that isn't screwed up. So star notes, I think, over a while, but the next decade or so, we'll start to see those gain value, so I hold on to them. Sorry to go on there for a minute, but just to kind of harp on something I think is really worth collecting, I want to call it now, and I've seen a lot of comments of people who agree. Maybe you disagree, you just send them off. I've seen those comments too, and I feel you. But I love star notes, especially for dollars. And then I figure what? Worst case, I had a rainy day, I run over a box of nails, blow all 4 of my tires out. I go find the, $500-600 worth of star notes that are jacked up dollar bills or old star notes, and go buy me a couple tires and then cry a little bit less when I swipe the credit card for the other ones, So I kind of keep it as a collection / rainy day fund until they get crazy valuable. If they do. Nothing else. 0, 2, 3, no 4. Keep an eye out for mixed ladders, broken ladders. I know they don't command a ton of value, but they're still pretty cool. And I think they're collectible, and to the right people, if they're in good condition, you can get a good value for them. On to a $10 note. They're going to be redesigning these. We'll see designs, as somebody pointed out in my last couple videos ago, so I appreciate that comment. Somebody pointed out in the old comment, wherever the comment thing is, below this video, I guess, they confirmed or also stated that later in the year, we'll see $10 note designs, and then hopefully, they state it's supposed to be released next year, but that seems rushed. You can let me know if you believe it'll come out on time. Otherwise, I'm hoping to see them, but I'm really excited about the designs, of course. Keep an eye out around, speaking of $10 notes, where they put In God We Trust. Of course, you can get some blurring of lettering. You can see that slightly with that G in God. Just a little funky print there. It's where I think they just kind of put down excess of ink, and then it's a cotton linen mix that is the paper, so to speak, and it just kind of bleeds. 2021 series, so a ton of these ones were newer, which is cool. Nice condition too, nothing on the front, nothing jumping out on the back. Check out my video that talks all about $1 bills. Not about, well, some about errors, but more about all the parts of it. And kind of a bleed through, but nothing going on. Nothing on the back. Getting down there. Last few notes, so 20-something bucks maybe. Some 8s going on, 7s, but nothing crazy. Oldest one so far, 2006. And nothing there. Lots of 3s, 2s. Nice repetition, but I'm not going to hold on to it. Not enough for me to hold on to. I really try to hold on to just binary notes. Haven't come across a true binary, 0s and 1s in like forever. Years and years and years. So let me know if you're you have something cool like that you want to give up. That's like $1. I'll pay you some money for it. A little bit of bleed of all this, but it looks like damage. Last $15, 2 banknotes. Little bit of funky print in this serial number. You can see the bleed in that second 8. Now, if it's minor like this, not going to command value, so to speak, but I've seen ones where the digits are blurred, like it's got basically a blob to it. I saw a $10 note not long ago, maybe 3-4 months ago, sell for almost $100, but the thing was really pristine and the digit was basically filled, but still, I mean, that's 10 times the value. Last but not least, 5s on the end, 4s, but not enough. Repetition again with this one. Beat up $10 note too. 9/10 of the law is condition, so, you know, even if it was collectible, that'd kind of kill some value if I sent it to get graded. Nothing too crazy going on this guy. Keep an eye out around the transitioning ink on $10 bills as well. But a nice, beat up, soggy, wet, water damaged star note. Nothing crazy in the serial number. Little bit of stuck digit on that 9 here. where it sits just a tad high. Same with the 8. And same down here with this 8, but the rest seems nice. But I love replacement notes. Replacement notes are awesome. We'll look up this star note and see if anything is interesting with it. I'm working on my star note search tool on VarietyErrors.com, and then there's a great one on my currency collection. So let's get to it. Let's look it up. So we've hopped on over to VarietyErrors.com, and at the top you can click on the banknote search and it takes you to here, where I've put in the serial number already, as you can see under serial number, and it'll give us some information. So we can see here, usually when it kicks back unknown rarity level, that just means that it's a lower rarity star note in most cases. There's no major information on it, and I can click on this link that says view related banknote articles. It'll tell me the actual print run, production sizes, and stuff that's not featured here. And although there's not majorly known errors, there are value estimates in upwards of $50 to $200 for really good doubles and triples and serial numbers, as well as other collectible ones like that. So this one's your regular old star note, and it's beat up, so I'd say it's just worth $1, but really cool to add to the collection.